Okay.
Are we lighting a candle?
We have to light the black flame candle.
It's not a ghost story.
Yeah, but we light the black candle every time. Not safe. Don't do it like this ever.
Well, it's lit.
It's all lit.
Everyone!
Hi, my name's Alexandra.
And I'm Angelica.
This is Legends of Yesterday, where we talk about histories, mysteries, and ghost stories of Florida. Do the thing.
Florida.
Yeah. Now, today is Angelica's second time of the month. And I'm excited. It sounded like you have your period. It sounded like you have your period completely. But anyways, so I am very excited to hear. I also realized that my blanket is, off-white, right?
It almost matches your sweater.
Almost. I look like one giant Victorian doll.
Yes.
Well,
so if you wanted to tune in for anything creepy.
It's me. I'm the
her.
creepy thing.
Always.
Well, it's storming outside. We have a ghost tour later, which is very exciting.
Yeah, we literally have a ghost tour in like 2 hours.
Everything's fine.
We're not panicking. We're not panicking about film time.
No.
Not at all.
Nothing is a panic whatsoever.
No.
I also realized that I have my glasses on, so if there's any glare, oh well.
Oh well.
I'll probably put my glasses up, everyone.
Okay. So, all right. Let's get this party.
This is not a mess. We swear, we're professionals.
This is not a mess. We're so ready for this. Actually, this actually took a lot of time. Again, the Mafia in Tampa, which was an improvised path that we took. We did not expect to take this path.
There was just so much.
Yes.
And it was so interesting.
And, I didn't bring the book here. Can I get the book really quickly?
The Mafia book?
Yeah. And change. We're
wow.
back.
And I'm blind.
So remember when we said we're fine, we're not panicking, we're totally prepared?
Everything's okay.
We're not totally prepared.
Namaste.
Alexandra's glasses were glaring under the light, and I forgot the book I wanted to show you all because officially this is book club. And
I guess so.
So there is literally so much about Tampa and the Mafia. And again, like, I can't believe that I didn't know about this. So I wanted to show you this book. If you are interested in learning about the Tampa Mafia yourself, going a little deeper, and just Mafia in general, this is called Cigar City Mafia, A Complete History of the Tampa Underworld by Scott M. Dice. And he has a lot of books about the Mafia. He goes specifically into the man we're talking about today. And so if you want to learn more, he has a ton of books. I didn't get to read the book, though I did mark what we're reading about today or talking about today. But I'm excited after this to do some digging.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, last time I threatened you all. And this time, what happened?
I don't know.
What happened with the threat?
You didn't follow through?
Well, what are you talking about today? I don't know what she's talking about.
What was the threat?
That I wanted to hear about the murders
What murders?
in Ybor City?
Oh, this is different.
Okay. I'm gonna get you.
It looks like we're going to be on Ybor City for a while, it sounds like.
I don't know. No, we're going to switch it up next month because next month we have a very special guest who's going to be featured, which is Flamingo Gardens.
Yes. So October, surprise, is all about Flamingo Gardens, which is so close to home. We're so excited to be talking to them. We've already conducted the interview talking about some of the history there,
yes,
which you should go and see yourself. It's a beautiful location.
Go there. We'll talk about it more next month.
Now, you really don't know what I'm talking about.
I have, we never really know. Sometimes we know the location in Florida, but I literally have no idea what you're talking about today.
So we asked you guys to say in the comments if you wanted to hear more about the Mafia.
Yeah.
And I left you on a cliffhanger about where the Mafia was going. So let's dive back in.
Jump off that cliff, John.
Let's jump off that cliff.
Together.
Okay. So imagine it's Tampa. 1954. There's a paper bag full of numbers, and it's tossed around a group of manly men. Ooh, manly men. In Ybor City. Bolita.
Hey guys, you got it right this time. I gotta say, editing that was like, okay. Wait a minute. We don't have to delve into it. Okay. I just also think it's hilarious.
I would like to give a public apology.
Yeah, who cares? That happens all the time. People mispronounce my name all the time. They call me Alexandria, and I specifically say Alexandra.
It felt complicated to say. I made it complicated.
Doubled down hard. Because if you guys would see her script, it doesn't say that.
It doesn't say it anywhere. She checked. She stopped her editing.
Because I was like, maybe I'm wrong. And maybe it had a different name because they gambled with it. No, it was Bingo. Bolita, Bingo.
Yeah. Anywho, back into the story. Bolita. The underground lottery that greased palms and built an empire. And this empire was just about to get a new king. So,
Ron Swanson.
Stop it.
Sorry, come on, that's really
funny.
Stop
it. He's a wood guy. Wait, are we talking about the same guy?
Yeah.
Okay, he's a wood guy. All right, so just a recap of the last episode. We started with Charlie Wall, and we talked a little bit about his story.
White Shadow.
The White Shadow.
Was it the White Shadow?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. Who had a history of family in the government in Tampa. Then we talked about
Bolita.
Bolita.
Tiny ball.
I was going to do it again. Then we talked about Bolita. And we talked about how the game worked. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the last
Guys,
episode.
it's bingo. Bolita's bingo.
Then that brought us to Ignacio Antinori. And he was the crime boss or the mafia boss that was an enemy of Charlie Wall.
Now, I will say.
What?
I know you're doing a little recap.
What?
Go watch the other episode.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Just go watch it.
Watch the episode.
This is part 2.
Part 2, man.
So part 2, you're going to miss some context.
Watch part 1.
Watch part 1.
Listen to part 1.
Also watch, technically, that was part 3. So go back to when we talked about the Cuban cigars.
Yeah.
In the, September. Oh, wait, we're in September. In August. And this is like part 4.
Yeah, we're doing like a Tampa deep dive right now.
It's because it's so cool.
It all connects.
So go do that.
Do that.
Don't be that nice to them. Go watch it. Okay. Come on. Okay. It's very interesting. And scandalous. I love gossip.
Okay. Last thing we're recapping.
Okay. Right, the thunder went right off.
I had to wait for the thunder. Santo Traficante Sr. then steps on the scene.
Santo. Was he Italian?
Yes, I know I'm pronouncing it, but it didn't make sense. It's fine.
She's Cuban.
It's fine. Okay. So remember that Tampa is multicultural. So there's a lot of people coming in and out of
from
Tampa.
All over the place.
And all these different groups of people are trying to make, they're trying to find business in this new city.
Right, yeah.
And it's very conducive towards that new business. And people are open to it. And
it was a working city for sure.
Yes. There was also the Prohibition that had just ended. Mm-hmm. So where a lot of the mafia was making money originally in underground selling alcohol because it was illegal, so they could upsell it. And they were the only ones who could really obtain it to sell it. Supply and demand. Okay. So, so that's gone now. So the mafia now is trying to find new ways to make money. And also happening in Ybor City is based off of what we talked about last week, but more so now, there's a lot of police corruption at work and political corruption. And we'll talk a little bit more about that throughout this episode.
Yeah, we hinted on it in episode 1, if we're going back to August.
Yeah, we hinted at it. So the Antinori family reign has ended. Go back to the last episode to figure out, remember how that happened. Okay. So with his family reign coming to an end, so when his reign ended, a new reign was allowed to begin. Mm-hmm. And a new dynasty started.
Dynasty. We all know that show.
So enter Santo Trafficante Sr. Yes. Dun, dun, dun. And he consolidates Tampa's Italian underworld. Mm-hmm. And this was insanely interesting because I talked about last time how this has a lot to do with Boardwalk Empire. And
yes, you did compare it to Boardwalk Empire.
So he got blessings to run Tampa as a mafioso from
a blessing on your house, muzzle tov.
Yes, just like that. That's
the fiddler on the roof.
That's how it happened.
Oh, cool.
It was a whole musical number. Made it to Broadway. It influenced the play, actually. Yeah,
I figured.
So he got blessings from Charlie Lucky Luciano.
Oh,
which Boardwalk Empire is based off of.
Oh, I never watched it.
It's insanely good.
Cool.
Insanely good. Steve Buscemi. I mean, come on.
Hey, Buscemi.
He got it from Frank Castillo from The Five Families.
Okay.
And Meyer Lansky of the National Syndicate. And his name's going to come up a little bit more later.
The Syndicate.
So
official.
Yes, it is official.
Ooh, criminals.
So then he was establishing his reign over Tampa.
Yeah.
And he dies a natural death. We talked a little bit more about that.
He dies a natural death.
He did. He died in the hospital from stomach cancer. He died in a hospital from stomach cancer.
I don't believe anything.
Oh my goodness.
I don't trust no one.
So quietly, his son starts to inherit the reins. So he takes over. So let's learn more about him. So we have
Junior.
We have Junior. Portrait of Junior. Okay. So while his father and mother are born Sicilian, so we're really thinking about, like, if we know the Godfather, the idea of the Godfather, that's his family. Like, they're Sicilian coming to the United States and then picking up the idea of this mafia family lifestyle. So Trafficante Jr. was born in Florida, so he's Floridian. Mm-hmm. He also drops out of high school. Not saying his dad, but we talked about something else last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he dropped out of high school before the 10th grade.
Okay.
And he is known to be the Silent Dawn, at least in terms of the newspapers. So he's known as the Silent Dawn because he didn't get a lot of publicity around him. He tried to avoid publicity.
You don't want attention?
Mm-hmm. So allegedly, he was able to slip through also a lot of accusations of his crimes. Mm-hmm. So he was even indicted several times in the 1950s, but he was only convicted once.
Nice. I mean, not nice. I get it. Times. I get it.
And, it was on state charges in 1954 for bribery. And that conviction was overturned by the Florida Supreme Court. So, never convicted. He also, based off of a lot of things that we're going to learn about him, he might have also been a part of the rise of Afro-Cuban music and dance in clubs in Cuba.
What?
Yeah. All right.
And this guy's cooler than I thought.
And actually, we can't really dive into Cuban background and history as much as we like. That's like an entire new podcast.
Well, yeah.
But if you're interested in more of that, TJ English, TJ English is an author who writes a little bit more about the mafia in Cuba. So take that away. Okay. So let's go back to Bolita. So it's a little game. Mm-hmm. It's a little gambling game, right? So
bingo.
Yes.
Turned into a gambling game.
Right.
Yeah.
So why is it such a big deal? Like, why is it so important to
Tell me. Dímelo.
I will. So the thing is with Bolita is that it has low overhead. You don't have to pay a lot.
Right.
They also had a high cash flow because a lot of people are able to place bets on one game. Then in terms of the community, like everyone knew each other. They wanted to run games with like people they could trust so that, you know, they thought they had a better chance of winning. So more people would place bets. They also had community trust in terms of the government. So they were able to launder money very easily and segue some of those funds to politicians for influence. So let's see. Okay. With Cuba, we talked a lot about like the alcohol with Cuba and all that stuff. Yeah. But Bolita was illegal in Cuba, right?
Okay. I don't know. You're educating me.
Let's backtrack a little bit. So Bolita was illegal in Cuban.
Gambling.
No. Bolita.
Bingo was illegal.
Bolita was illegal in Cuba.
Okay.
But only after Castro took over.
Oh, okay. This makes sense because I was talking to our mom about it. I was talking to our mother and I was like, yeah, it was called Bolita. It's illegal. And she goes, no, when I was a kid, like, you know.
That's because she came over after
1962.
After Castro took over.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if people know.
Here's what would happen. So Bolita was used to funnel cash into Cuba. So let's get into that. So Traficante Jr. Would attend with his father the Havana Conference in December 1946. So this is when the mafia heavyweights would meet in Cuba to chart.
I don't know why that was the response. I was like,
oh, that's adorable.
It's like a little meeting, like the mastermind meeting, you know?
Just a bunch of suits talking.
Really nice. I don't sound like that.
In the tropics.
First of all, I don't sound like that. Second of all, I don't know. Felt cozy when you said it. I don't know what's going on with me today. I feel bad for mafia. I have sympathy currently. Okay. They're not all bad people.
So what they were doing was they were meeting and they were talking about the war because Cuba had just gone over
the war.
And not just that war, but you know the World War.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I know that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say yeah. You should be educated as well.
Okay. So they were talking about post-war business in Cuba. And they were also talking about Tampa's interests and trying to push the Traficantes, their business in Cuba.
Correct.
So they ended up forming a strong alliance with both Batista, who was in charge at the time, and Cuba, the government as a whole. So Traficante had been operating in... Sorry. So what we might not know about Cuba, and we see this in a lot of films, is Batista's Cuba was open for mafia syndicates to come in and do business. And Traficante had been operating in Cuba since about the late 1940s, so 1946. And he was doing it under his father for the most part, Traficante Sr. Right. But after his father died in 1954, he became the head of Tampa and took over his dad's interest in Cuba. So now not only was he in charge of Florida, like Tampa,
he was also in charge of the Caribbean.
He had a whole big influence there. So he actually ended up moving to Cuba in 1955. And he personally would meet with Batista and Meyer Lansky. So if you don't know who Meyer Lansky is, he's known as the mob's accountant.
Wasn't there a character in something named Lansky?
I don't know.
Yes,
it's really
familiar. Swear to God.
Well, he's a big name. He's huge.
Yeah.
And if you are a fan of the Godfather films, The Godfather 2, I want you to like imagine. So when Trafficante Jr. is meeting with Batista, and when Lansky comes in, it's almost like there's a scene in The Godfather 2 where they're in Havana and they're meeting over a rooftop. They're on like a rooftop sitting down, and they meet with like the accountant. And this is his role. Like he's the big guy. He like oversees everything.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of investments in Cuba. He was like one of the largest investors in Cuba in terms of the mafia and casinos and etc.
Okay.
So during the rule of Batista, Trafficante openly operated with different clubs, casinos, etc.
Yeah.
So some of the clubs and hotels you might recognize are I'm going to
The Hyatt Place.
no, but the Hilton.
Ah, well.
Yeah. So pardon me, I'm going to get some of this wrong, I think. And yes. So it the Hotel Havana Riviera, the Tropicana Club, the Sevilla Biltmore, the Capri Hotel Casino, the Comodoro, I can't roll my R, Comodoro, the Deville,
I don't know.
okay,
I'm not reading.
and the Havana Hilton.
Okay.
So, he was running all these, and he was also considered like a head of the syndicate. Yeah. So, you know, he was a huge name. He wasn't just someone who was like taking over for his father. He was essentially like running a lot of the operations in Cuba.
A good businessman.
Mm-hmm. And dude, oh my goodness, there's so much crazy stuff that happens in Cuba having to do with politicians and rumors and like all this stuff that could have been used for so much blackmail. And that's what they would do. They would like look at people, like bring them in here, have them party, and then use some of that for blackmail.
Escándalo.
I won't get into it this podcast. If you want to hear more, I mean, maybe,
don't do this again to us.
maybe we'll put up a Patreon or something. And if you're interested in that, give us like $2 and we'll give you a little bit of the
$2.
Yeah, blackmail. Whatever. We're cheap. Anyway, but it's insane, some of the stuff I read.
Yeah.
So like we think what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas is crazy. That Cuba was doing it before then. So let's tie this all together to see how this makes sense. Like, how does Tampa really tie with Cuba, right? So I was saying this before. It's the bolita. So the money coming in from bolita is really what's funding a lot of this, because they don't have to report this money as much. So what would happen is one of the websites on Smithsonian kind of gave me a track. So what would happen is the cash, because it's cash that's coming in from Tampa bolita, would also be added with like the U.S. would skim some off the top because, to keep it under the rug. And then the money would go directly into the Cuban casinos.
Okay.
Then that money would go into kickbacks for officials. Then it would reinvest. Anything remaining would reinvest on the state side. So like come back to Tampa.
Right.
So this was all going on, and everything was going great. Trafficante was on top. But then there was something called I want to call it the Appalachian, but it's Appleton. The Appleton shock of 1957.
Okay.
So this is a huge thing that happens in mafia history, because Trafficante, along with 60 other mafiosos, were apprehended in November 1957, our dad's birth year.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder I didn't see what day this was. Okay, I thought it was June, but whatever. So this happened in New York. It's Appleton, New York. And they were all fined $10,000 each. $10,000.
Ah, boo.
Tell me how much that is in current money.
Yeah.
And they were all given prison sentences ranging from 3 to 5 years. But all the convictions were overturned in an appeal in 1960. And obviously, Cuba is one of the discussions that was happening in Appleton, while this was all going down. But so the reason this is such a big deal is it, for the first time, all the mafia, the U.S. is almost asserting their power. Like, we can bring you in, we can get you on something.
Boo.
They didn't really get them, but they could.
Yeah.
Which is a shock for the mafia. Like, oh no, like, if this can happen, what are they planning next?
Those buttholes. And
things were starting to look bad in Cuba too. So around this time, it's 1960, Castro comes in. So when Castro comes in,
I got hot just hearing the freaking name.
He begins his revolution. And he ejects Batista, absolutely shatters the casino. This is when he stops Polita, when he makes it illegal.
He probably lost too many games. That's why he made it illegal, because he was a big baby about it.
There's more to the story. But yes, he lost. He won, but he lost. This was a huge, obviously, financial blow for Traficante.
Yeah, for sure.
And he was, at this point, when this happened, he was second only to Meyer Lansky in his investments. Oof. And he's the biggest guy that oversees everything. So now they have to start bringing focus back to the United States. But remember, now the United States has their eye and is asserting dominance. Dominus. They're asserting dominance over the mafia, saying like, I got you, bro. I see your number. Polita. Okay. So the Senate was determined to put the mafia on the spotlight. And this became really clear during the, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for botching this, Kafoover.
Oh, this guy again? Kafoover. Let me see the name. Kefauver. Kafauver. Kefauver.
Okay.
Kefauver. If it's not Kefauver, then dude.
So the Kefauver and McClellan era. So what they do is they really normalize making or putting a face to the mafia members.
How dare they?
Like we were saying that Traficante wanted to stay under, silent.
Yeah.
They were making it their mission to make sure they couldn't remain silent. Like, they had to be showcased, so no one could be anonymous anymore. They also switched, and I guess because so much was being overturned and because there was so much political influence happening at the time, they made sure to make any mob crimes a federal offense, so the grander U.S., instead of a state offense. So that happened under their era. Does this make you mad? Or would this make you mad?
Yeah.
Well, it made them mad, but there's always revenge.
Sabotage.
So,
does anyone remember the movie Valorant with the little chunky rat? And he goes, and he lights 2 matches. He goes, sabotage. And then he lights things on fire and throws bombs.
Yeah.
I think there's something about a Molotov in there. I don't remember.
Similar, but not French. I do want to say this is almost the end of anything we'll hear about. I mean, you'll hear like little tidbits, accusations, whatever, about Traficante. But again, he's the silent Don, right? So especially with the spotlight coming on him, he starts to recede in these acts. But he does come forward in other ways with that different, I want to say rumors. What's the word for it?
Rumors?
No.
Scandals.
Sure. Let's go with scandals. Whatever. With different scandals. All right. The primary one and the primary myth, that might not be myth, is his trying to murder Fidel Castro. Okay.
I'm starting to really like this guy.
So, murder is not right.
Murder's not right, but that man did terrible things.
Murder is not right.
But that man did terrible things.
Murder is not right.
And that man did terrible things.
No matter how bad. After Fidel Castro's government seized the assets of Traficante's Cuban businesses and expelled him from the country as an undesirable alien. Mm-hmm. So Traficante came into contact with various U.S. intelligence operatives. And he became involved in several unsuccessful plans to assassinate Castro. One of them being 1975, the CIA declassified report stating Traficante had been persuaded to poison Castro, an allegation he denied. And in 1997, more declassified documents talked about some mafioso working with an agency on assassination attempts against Castro. Somebody.
Why didn't they just send a really pretty lady in there and she could take care of everything?
So,
I'm just saying.
We do have confirmations to some of these accusations.
Some of them aren't alleged?
I want to say 2027. In 2007.
Okay. I was in second grade.
Less than 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The family jewels documents were released. So the family jewels, this is what it was classified under the CIA documents, confirmed that in September 1960, the CIA recruited ex-agent Robert Mayhew. Sorry.
Guys, with the names, what are you doing?
Maheu. 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 Okay. To approach the West Coast representative of the Chicago mob, Johnny Roselli.
Roselli sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Stop making fun of his name.
Oh, Mayhew hid that he was sent by the CIA, instead portraying himself as an advocate for an international corporation.
Now, I gotta say, I don't know who would very blatantly go, I'm a part of the CIA, hey!
Well, what he did was offer to pay $150,000 to have Castro killed. Any pay. Yeah, he declined any pay. And he introduced Mayhew to two men who he referred to as Sam Gold and Joe. Sam Gold was Sam, I'm sorry again, Giancana.
Okay.
Giancana. And Joe was Traficante.
Is it spelled with a G?
Yeah.
Could be Giancanta.
Giancanta?
I don't know.
Oh, I like that. It sounds more appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Giancanta.
So then Sam Gold was Sam Giancanta and Joe was Traficante. The CIA and the Mafia had a common enemy.
Hey.
And it was Castro. So because he was a communist, revolutionary, and he, from the US's perspective, and he had shut down any relationship with the United States. He was thoroughly opposed to it. And then obviously the Mafia had incentive because he shut down all Cuban business, which was insanely
It comes
lucrative.
down to money, doesn't it?
Yeah. So this is a big I want to say speculation, like a lot of lore that follows and surrounds Traficante and his time as the mafia head in Tampa. But he also has some more lore and escandalo behind him. And some of you might know this. I don't know if you know this, but obviously there's a lot of theories as to who killed JFK. Okay. So one theory says it's Traficante.
What?
Yeah, but it's not him who killed him. So
okay. Some people think it was the driver.
In 1976, Cuban exile and FBI informant Jose Alaman Alaman. Jose Alaman told the Washington Post that in September 1962, that Traficante complained about the honesty of the Kennedys and their attacks on Jimmy Hoffa at the time. So like their attacks on his personality. And there's speculation behind, to put more flavor behind this, he was a unionist, but he also was thought to have mafia ties. So this is where the connection is.
Okay.
So he's saying that the Kennedys are attacking Hoffa, they're attacking other mafia associates. Like, that's not the deal, you know? Like, he doesn't want those attacks on their personality. So according to Alaman, when he told Traficante that President Kennedy would likely be reelected, Traficante replied, "No, Jose, he's going to be hit." Yeah. So Alaman claimed to have reported Traficante's comments to his FBI contacts. So he ratted him out.
Oh my God.
But they said, no, they this is just the mafia bragging. They like to brag about how strong they are. But in 1978, both Traficante and Alaman were called to testify before the United States House Select Committee on assassinations investigating possible links between Kennedy, assassin Lee Harvey Oswald, and the anti-Castro Cubans. So the U.S. is trying to see, like, there's all these allegations of who,
like, there were a lot of names that were thrown, like a lot of names that were thrown around, which there were a lot of names that were thrown around because there was like a thing where they thought it was a sniper from behind a hill. Some people thought it was the driver and that the video got edited before it was released because it wasn't a live video or something like that. And then there's like a video that was also released of the driver literally going around and shooting, and like there was a lot. There's a lot of speculation.
Yeah. So obviously they took this to court.
Just like Princess Diana.
Yeah, it's just like Diana. So obviously there were a lot of questions, so they took this to court. But one of the things they were looking at was the Cuban Association. So they also included the theory that Castro had killed Kennedy or put out a hit for Kennedy in retaliation for the CIA's attempts on his life, which there were a lot of them. So it makes sense. Could have been. But Alaman denied when he got to court that he meant anything about Kennedy being killed or a hit being put on Kennedy.
Yeah, guys, why'd you misinterpret what he said?
In terms of murder, that's not what he meant.
That's not what he said.
He said that what Traficante was trying to say is that he was going to be hit in the polls.
Yeah.
Like he was going to take a hit with his numbers.
That's what he said.
During the next election. One interesting omission did happen during this.
There's animals in the room.
Oh, stretchy.
Big stretches are happening right now. Someone woke up from a nap.
But one interesting thing did come to light. So remember, we didn't hear about the family jewels until 2007. During Traficante's testimony during this court case, he admitted for the first time that he had worked with the CIA from 1960 to 1961 for an attempt to poison Castro. But he stated that his role in all of this was only as an interpreter. Yeah. Between the CIA officials and the Cuban exiles. Yeah. He stated that he received no payment for his involvement and that he acted out of patriotism. And that is the story we have on Traficante. Wow. So that was that for any speculation that Traficante had behind him. Okay. So he went on to rule Tampa and be at home and live his life. Yeah. So he had a unique style of ruling over his territories. So remember, he's a silent Don. Yeah,
so like a fart. What? Silent but deadly. I've been wanting to say it this whole episode, and I've been holding myself back, but I can't hold it in anymore, Angelica. You gotta let me be free, Angelica.
Like a fart.
You gotta let me be free like a fart. That's the only fart joke I'll do this episode.
I apologize.
Don't apologize for me. I'm awesome.
So he more than any mafia boss at the time had like little to say about him. Like he had less headlines in the newspaper.
Good.
New York didn't have anything to say about him.
Yeah.
Or no one had anyone to say. No one had anything.
No one had anyone to say about him. It's fine.
And this meant that he had like more durable influences. His influence really stayed, and were strong. Like he didn't make enemies like some other bosses might have. So he also, more than most mafia families, he had very, very durable influences.
Yeah.
Like very strong. He could not be knocked down.
Mm-hmm.
And if he did, he got back up again.
I get knocked down and I stay down.
He also had really strong alliances with the families all over the United States. But, you know, like obviously Tampa, like his home was strong.
Yeah.
And this, like reading about this made me think a lot about, there's a Netflix limited series called Caught Gotti. Mm-hmm. And it was like the turn in the 80s, I believe, between like the family. But with Caught Gotti, they said that one of the problems that they faced with Gotti is he, you know, he dressed well, he liked the TV. And that was the plan from the US. Like they wanted the mafia on the TV. They wanted to see the faces. So there was more attention on him. Mm-hmm. But with Trafficante, there was none of that. He was not in front of the camera. He had more his underbosses, his lieutenants keep track of everything. Yeah. Like they were on the field. Because he was able to keep quiet and had this like strong influence, a lot of mafia families would take up this style of leadership, of like being quiet in the background while the other people in his family and in his line of business did the work for him.
Yeah, that's called a business.
So
delegation.
What ended up happening because of this structure, he was able to have a very long reign.
Aww.
And
again, I don't know why I'm emotionally attached, because he helped with Public Enemy #1.
Don't kill people, guys.
He didn't.
Okay.
You don't know.
All right. So despite arrests and investigations, he dies of heart disease in Houston, Texas. So he dies in a hospital, and he dies a free man, not being arrested, in 1987.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the story of Santo Trafficante Jr.
A true man of the people.
So if you're interested again in more information, I haven't read the book once again, but Scott over here has a whole book dedicated to him. And who knows, Scott, if you're out there and you want to talk, let's talk. But if you want to go and see a little bit more about the mafia and maybe their influence in Tampa, we got a lot of this from the Mob Museum. And if you, there's a lot of archives that you can sort through. And a lot of the journalism at the time were like really hyped up. New York newspapers trying to say like, the mob strikes again. Hey.
Because it was sexy.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's news. So here's the thing. I feel like we have all these stories and we romanticize the mafia, and there are really cool aspects.
No romance here.
But please take the time to educate yourselves and just read the history for yourself and learn more about what, I guess, what influenced our current laws, because there's a lot of laws influenced by what happened here. A lot of what influenced our current climate in terms of like cultural, like how we interact with each other, because like realistically a lot of our past influences what's going on with us now. And obviously if you're interested in learning more, I gave you guys some books to read, book club, what up? And there's just like so many resources online that you can see. But it's kind of cool that he mastered the Florida way. He was keeping quiet while getting his business done. What?
Silent but deadly.
Oh, gosh.
Ayo, last part joke of the day.
But if you have any recommendations, if you're curious about Florida history, let us know. Write us in the comments. What do you think about Traficante? What do you think about Cuba? What do you think about cigars? What do you think about...
Cigars are cool.
Silent but deadly fart.
I don't think anyone likes those. Because you're like, oh no, it's happening. It's happening. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. Joka.
Yeah. Sandra?
Good stuff.
Real good stuff.
Real good stuff.
And
so,
if you guys liked what you saw today, if you're watching us on YouTube, give us a giant thumbs up. Subscribe.
cha-ching.
Leave us a comment, and if you're listening on Spotify, give us 5 stars. Help us out.
And leave us a comment. You can comment on Spotify.
You can?
Yes. You can comment on Spotify. If you have stories of your own, I will never, ever not say this. If you have stories of your own, please make sure to comment, to DM, to email us at info@thisisimprov.com, which I have here, because if you are watching this on YouTube, you know for sure This Is Improv is our parent company. This is something Angelica and I, the owners, do for fun. Okay, this is like a really cool thing because we're obsessed with history. We're obsessed with Florida because Florida's wild.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go give a ghost tour and scare a bunch of people tonight over in Davie, Florida. So if you ever are in the Florida area, specifically closer to Broward County, please make sure to take a This Is Legends of Yesterday ghost tour, and you can see the Conspiracy Sisters out in the wild, giving you histories, mysteries, and ghost stories here in Davie, Florida. Even a little bit of conspiracy.
Yeah, a lot of conspiracy. And with that, we say...
Goodbye. Goodbye.